Hello everyone and welcome back. So this is the full video of WIKE'S interview where he literally exposed himself while trying to expose other people. So according to WIKE, he said that if they don't want the state of emergency in Rivers State to be lifted, like they could have done one or two things to make sure that it continues. WIKE is saying this on national television. WIKE thought that him and Tinubu is the only people that we have in Nigeria, and they believe that they can do whatever they want to do and go scot-free. Look at what happened in Rivers State. So what really happened within these 6 months? Tinubu just turned Rivers State to APC. And we all are here watching. And look at what WIKE is saying. Assuming that they don't want the state of emergency to be lifted, like he could have done one or two things to make sure that it continues. Like, which kind of a country is Nigeria, honestly? And in this video, he really exposed a lot of things. He exposed Tambuwal as well as Atiku. According to him, he said that there have been consistently inconsistent betrayers. Like he said a lot of things. So, like these politicians, you don't even need to trust anybody because they are all there for their selfish reasons. Especially even those people that are now in this ADC. My people, that is wahala. As far as WIKE and co are still in this game of politics in Nigeria, my people, rule of law, democracy, they are very, very far from Nigeria, honestly. Take a listen and hear everything WIKE said in this particular interview. Wonder they say shall never end.
Let me, before we get into some other issues, because I know you were very concerned with some of what a few people have said on this program, which you thought were misrepresentation of fact, and we thought that you have the right of reply. First, you have expressed your views about the river situation, and a lot of people think that you are one player that was determinant into whatever that is going on. Are you satisfied with your thing right now?
Well, Shehu, let me first of all thank you and thank our viewers who the opportunity to hear from us and also know exactly what is going on. All I want to appeal to you, now that you have given us this opportunity, that you should allow us to explain as you ask us to the understanding of Nigerians. Because at the end of the day, what is paramount is that what do we take home? What do Nigerians understand about what is happening in Rivers and what is happening in Nigeria? I must commend Mr. President for lifting the emergency rule in Rivers. So many people have become senior advocates because of the emergency rule. So many people became constitutional experts because of this emergency rule. So many people have become policy analysts because of the so-called emergency rule. For me, and I believe the majority of Rivers people are happy with what Mr. President has done. And what did he do? What was the basis of declaring the state of emergency? The basis of declaring the state of emergency was that one, you remember that the Supreme Court said there was no governance or there was no government in Rivers. Because as at that time, it was only one arm of government that was functioning, being the executive, as if it was functioning. The legislature was not in existence. Again, at the local government level, the Supreme Court set aside the purported election that was held, that it was not in consonance with the law. I remember before now, Supreme Court had already said, look, you cannot have a caretaker committee in the local government because by Section 7 of the Nigerian Constitution just amended guarantees the existence of local government. And therefore, if there is no local government, they cannot derive funding for the federation account. And Mr. President also said so many other things that culminated to the fact that, look, if we don't take these actions, then there is a serious crisis. For me, I will want to appreciate and thank Mr. President for taking that book step. And again, remember, the governor also came out to say, look, but for Mr. President's intervention, it would have been a different thing, but it would have been a different ballgame.
Well, you were not happy that time.
Yeah,
You wanted the government to be
as a politician.
Yeah.
As a politician. Yes. But again, for the interest of the state, I mean, Mr. President is my boss. He looks at it. Forget about yes, you're working with me. Forget about yes, the governor may have infringed or may have violated certain provisions of the law that is impeachable, committed impeachable offense. We want peace. And the only way we can bring peace is illegal. let us declare state of emergency and then see how things can stabilize. And of course, I've led to the meetings of my humble self, the governor, the assembly, the National Assembly, and other key stakeholders, which we all met and agreed on how to move forward. And to the glory of God, as I speak to you, peace returned. As I speak to you, as at yesterday, I spoke with the governor.
Oh, he called you or you called him?
It doesn't matter who called, but what's important is that we spoke. We spoke yesterday, and he told me, and I told him I was leaving that night to come back, and he told me he was leaving this morning. So I can tell you, we believe by the grace of God, peace has come. And look at what the assembly did today to set the tone. You can see peace. You can say, look, we are prepared for the interest of the state. Let's move forward. The only thing I can only say, I was watching on television today. He said there are people who are natural crisis builders who think that they can only benefit when there's crisis. If, for example, if we don't want this state of emergency to be lifted, we would have done one or two things to make sure that no, let this state of emergency continue.
To the extent of removing an elected governor. If you were the person, would you be happy? If you were suspended from office?
It's not a question of being happy.
Being a governor.
No, sir. The governor was removed before. See, the problem is that let us not personalize it. Am I going to be happy? It's not about me.
Is that right? As a lawyer, if you look at it, is that right for an elected president suspending an elected governor?
You know what I've told people is that, like when I hear Atiku today, pontificating law, and I've told Atiku several. If it had to do with the issue of customs, I believe you have worked in customs, you know. On the issue of law, you don't know it. You were in the government when the Plateau governor was suspended. You were there when somebody was declared in you were in government. What did you do? You see, I don't like situation when people would like to take advantage of, because you were there. Why not have come out to say, no, this is wrong. Mr. President, this is wrong. You didn't say so. Yeah, you were a VP, Vice President. You were party to that government. You didn't say anything. But that's not the point I'm making. People went to court to challenge it. I've always told you, the only body that has a right to say this is unconstitutional, this is illegal, is the court. So Nigerians must leave job assigned to people. If you're not an engineer, you're not an engineer. You see, if a house collapses, you become an engineer. You've not gone to check what had led for this house to collapse. You just, this house collapsed because they are using, you've not even checked. Who interprets the law? Who adjudicates? Is the court. Allow the court. The court has made pronouncement on this issue. People have gone to court to challenge the appointment of a sole administrator. What did the court come out to do? You see, this attitude will always do that because I don't believe in it. What I don't believe in it means it's the right thing. If I say the law here, so if I say the law here, so you have two parties. The election was rigged. No, the election was not rigged. I want this election square. You go to the public opinion. Oh, the election was rigged. Okay. Go to court, prove the election was rigged. You don't have the materials to prove the election was rigged. For example, in River State, in 2023, they said it will be one. I have no problem. The same person, I have no problem. Look at the evidence that was tendered in the court. Did they produce any one person from River State who led evidence to say, look, we won? It's just that, oh, we won. You can say that, and we can continue with that style. Allow the court to do their work. The problem again we have here, when once the court takes decision and says, this is based on what you have presented, something went wrong.
Why does it look like everything in the settlement on the resolution that we saw is in your favor?
In whose favor?
In your favor.
What are the resolutions?
I mean, you were going to tell us.
No. He who asks must prove. You said every resolution taken was in my favor, which means you are aware of the resolution that were taken. Can we now know those resolutions that were taken and they are in my favor? You said
believe that all of this, and the governor is on the receiving end.
When you say every stakeholder, you see, by the grace of God, I have a father, and I believe there are things I expect of my father. If my father goes beyond that, I say, hey, Dad, I don't know how I'm going to say you're my father. I thought at your level, This is what I thought you should do. So that when I hear, or when I know this what's going on, I say, yes. When they say stakeholders, who are the stakeholders? The stakeholders are going to collect money from the governor. I can say because stakeholders. Can anybody challenge me with facts? Can anybody challenge me?
The local government election went the way you wanted.
How did it go my one way?
The House of Assembly at your
nothing was done. I said, no.
So,
Please, this is what Nigeria should know. The governor wanted to come and see me. I said, no, you're the governor. I drove to the governor's house by 1 a.m.
Was that before the meeting in Abuja, in Lagos?
No, you're talking about local government election now.
Yes.
So that let us take it one by one. So if you take another one, I'm going to answer that. The Minister of FCT, the former governor of Rivers State, 1 a.m., drove to the governor's house. Sat down. Yes, what do we do? He said, look, it's okay. We'll go by that. There was nothing that was done, and the governor was not a party to it. You see, even before the election, the governor traveled, he told me, he will not be around. See, because my son had this engagement at the people just sit somewhere, begin to talk all kinds of things. They don't even know, simply because, all they were expecting is, they've not settled. Unfortunately, we are settled. Unfortunately, that Tobara is no longer there. Where people will be collecting money. It's no longer there.
So, Governor Tobara is supposed to arrive today.
I thought his protocol.
No, but he spoke to you today.
No, he spoke to me yesterday.
That he was going to arrive this morning.
But I'm not
sure. People are wondering why he has not resumed work today.
No, I said again, there's no law that said he must resume work today. From basic governor. I don't understand the way we operate. Okay? I was sworn in today, for example. Does not mean I'll go to office tomorrow. You don't know what my programs are. You don't know what the governor has scheduled to do. You don't know where he is.
Where is he?
I don't know. You don't even know where he is. You don't know. See, governance is not that you must be in your office, governor. No, it's not true. Do you know where it's in Abuja? Do you know one or two things? Do you know where it's in Lagos? He doesn't need to tell you. I'm not his CSO. I'm not his chief protocol officer. I'm not.
Governor Wike,
yes.
I'd like to know. It does look like you are dismissing the terms of settlement that is public knowledge and is in the news.
Tell me, if you tell me that, I will tell you, okay, you're right, you're not right. Something I don't know, you tell me. What are those terms of settlement?
I mentioned the issue of the local government.
That what happened?
And you have said that you both start.
Yes, what's the issue of local government?
That the outcome of the local government election were so much about those who are on Governor Wike's side.
No, it's not true.
And
no, it's not true. Anybody that is working with the governor, working with me, with all due respect, I have told you that there was no decision that was taken. That the governor was not. You see, what they expected the governor to do, to come and begin to shout, gentlemen, you do. No.
Didn't you agree that Governor Fubara was going to run for one term?
Who and who agree?
I thought you agreed to that.
You're the one telling me here.
It's in the public domain.
But you're telling me for the first time.
So you didn't agree to it?
I don't know what you're talking about. All I've told you here is that, look, we agree that there should be democratic government, at least at the local government level. And that has been done. Having certified that, then we move to the next thing. You don't try to, make somebody to say, oh, you are doing it. I know what people are looking for. What would you?
Do you think that the 6 months Mr. Abbas spent in office should be reviewed and audited?
I don't want to take the role of people. The legislature has its own oversight function. The governor has his own function. If you ask me, as an individual, I'd like to move ahead.
You don't think that he needs to give account of the money spent?
The word giving account, you see, if you ask me that night to look at, he said the man should go there not to talk about how much it's, but I don't know what I'm talking about. If there's a need assembly thing that they want to look into this, there's no problem. If there's a the governor, saying that, look, there are things I'm not clear. Yes, duty. But I'm not going to sit here to say, look, I want the governor, go and probe this, assembly, go and probe this. I won't do that.
But why? I had a guest on this program, and he's a stakeholder in Rivers State, who says you are confusing them in Rivers State. Yes. That on one hand, you're controlling PDP. On another hand, through the back door, you're controlling ABC.
Who's that?
Tony Cole. He said he wants you to...
No, I want to know. There are several Tony Cole.
Tony Cole who ran against you.
They said, no. Is it the one that said they're Pastor Tony Cole?
Pastor, yeah.
No. People like...
Oh, the one, he ran against you. You forgot him.
No. He couldn't have run against me.
No, as a governor.
No, he doesn't have what it takes.
Really?
No.
But it was on the ballot against you?
No, not me.
In 2019?
No. He was not a candidate.
There was a candidate of the APC.
There was no candidate of APC. Supreme Court, he had no candidate. They didn't participate in the election. They did not participate, couldn't run against me. See. I tried to I saw the clips. There were one pastor Tonyeko said, I'm confusing. What? He should continue to be confused. At my level of politics, we're not at the same time. Please. Tonyeko cannot talk about politics of Rivers and Nigeria and say he's going to sit down with me. He has no character.
Why did you say so?
Okay, let me tell you why he says so. You know, when I come out to say this, people laugh. You know, people are terrible. In 2022 to 2023, Similar Fumara ran under PDP. That was when Tonyeko ran under APC. He didn't run against me. He doesn't have what it takes. He knows.
But he was a candidate of the APC.
He was not a candidate. Ask him now, was his name in the ballot? He was not. Will you run when your name is not in the ballot?
So you were the one putting fire in their house then?
Putting fire in my enemy's house?
Yes.
Am I to help my enemy to grow?
Or does it help democracy?
What is democracy? That my enemy does not want to follow the law? And the law caught up with him? What's my business? But anyway, so that they don't so I don't want me to say what I'm supposed to say. That's how you know characters. Tonyeko, I would have put him in jail.
Really?
Yes, as governor.
Oh
my God, oh my God.
What offense?
Oh my God. These were the people who crippled the resources of the state with Amaechi. He was a conduit pipe.
He wasn't in power.
Sahara, no. Through Sahara. I'll come to that. So, you know, I don't like to say things that I have no facts. I'll come to that. In 2022-2023, when similar for defeated the same Tonyeko, he went to tribunal and he just saw for what I had. They said Tonyeko is an adjustment. Fumara adjustment. He took him to tribunal. Fumara won. He took the court of appeal. Fumara won. Now, when he now saw, or when he heard that there was the division between me and Fumara, you know what he did? He sent my former party chairman, Ambassador Desmond Akawo, who today is a former commissioner, revenue and fiscal mobilization. What did I say? Ambassador Desmond Akawo, to come and talk to me. Huh? Desmond came. What are you talking about? Who? Tonyeko. I will come to number from Pan to fire again. Amaechi. I should support somebody. Amaechi. No, it's only Monday. He said, no, that's okay. Call him. My swimming pool. He called him. Everybody must be careful. You know, he said, look, you know, this thing, you want us to support you now. And what about this Amaechi factor? He said, no. Amaechi cannot control him. So I now told Desmond, look at characters. What kind of character is this? Is that the kind of people you put in power? Now, because you want to be this, you have denied Amaechi now. Is that the kind of people, you know, I'm talking about Tonyeko, who now thought my disagreement or so-called grievances or so-called problem between me and my governor will not make me to be angry to fight him for him not to emerge as the governor in Supreme Court. You see the kind of characters people are talking, and a pastor in that from what I heard people say, and that's the kind of thing people try to project. You have denied Amaechi simply because you want me to support you now. You have denied Amaechi. But let me tell you, he was the one in charge of Sahara. You know what these guys did? They stole the state resources. They sold our gas turbine for $308 million US.
To who?
That's a whole budget. Oh, no. It was stealing.
What do you mean by
Totally was stealing. Stealing. And let me tell you what happened. It's unfortunate for this nation, for this country. When I see people talking, when I say I'm making them talking and this, you know, as a country, is it the country? Police refuse Amaechi to come and make a statement. Hey, you know, it's unfortunate for this country. Police then, under Bible, refuse Amaechi to come and make a statement. You know the place. And unlike the criminal, you must make a statement. Deny this, deny that. But like I said, you brought up this.
Yeah, because they say you're confusing them. Tony Okocha is your man.
No.
In APC. PDP is the person.
Can I tell you?
And you say you are still a member of PDP.
No, can I tell you? In 2022-23, Shehu, did I not tell Nigerians I will support Asuwaju Tinubu? No, tell me, Shehu.
You did.
So what is the confusion now? Shehu, did I not say so? Have I eaten it? And I said, I'm going to support you. And I supported you. Tonyeko, who ran under APC, who did he support? He was preaching for P2B. Today, he will preach for Atiku that time. When Amaechi told you, no, we'll support Atiku. Who's confusing who? Every Nigerian knows where I stand. I don't hide it. See, the problem we have that when people tell you the truth, people don't like it. I have also not hidden my intention or whatever anybody wants to see. I'm not a politician that says something and I'm doing different thing. So I said I will support that thing, and I did. But for governor, I said no, APC won't take it to. In River State, who are you? What member of party are you? Are you PDP or you? Because they say you're controlling APC, controlling the PDP. That is the confusion. Should you not be ashamed of yourself? A man who ran. Is that good for our democracy? No. That one man is controlling two parties in one state. No. Please, sir. What is important is today, are you not happy that peace in River State? All you want every time is rivers of blood. So if rivers will have sat down and said, look, we can't continue this way. We have to pattern things how it's going to suit us, and they're doing that. And you're not telling me democracy. Define democracy for me. What is democracy?
Government where the people are well represented, government where the people contribute to those who rule them, and where there is equal participation and there is competition.
So what is happening?
But you're
people are being represented, people participated, people choose them. People said
there is a hand of WIKE everywhere.
You can call the hand of anything. What is important is, are they happy? Is that peace for the first time?
Just for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, just for a moment, because I've spent an awful lot of time on rivers.
Yes.
But there's a very major issue which I'd like you to, that those who are close to you, who thought that they may be your friend, but they don't trust you in some affairs.
Yeah,
a lot of Nigerians, like Tambuwal, you're very good. And maybe there are a few people who are watching right now who did not catch that. Let me refresh our memories for a few seconds. This is what former Governor Tambuwal, Senator Tambuwal, representing Sokoto State in the National Assembly. This is what he said about Minister Nyesom Wike.
Okay.
Vice President Atiku comes in here, and Nyesom Wike comes in here and requests this my phone, which is personal to me. Today, I will personally give it to Nyesom Wike.
Oh, so he's more friend to you than Atiku?
As a personal friend.
Oh.
But when it comes to leadership of this country and leadership of the people, tomorrow, not even today, I will rather support Atiku than Nyesom Wike.
So you believe in the leadership of an Atiku than Nyesom Wike? All right. That is the view of your very good friend, Aminu Tambuwal. He doesn't trust you with leadership, but he said as a friend, you are a good friend, but he doesn't think that you're a good leader.
I'm sure. What do you talk about leadership and friendship? You cannot talk about leadership and not talk about a person. I was privileged to have these clips and I will go. Luckily for me, I have never come out on national television to talk about Aminu Tambuwal. But this is an opportunity to talk about him. And I will tell you. He said he trusts Atiku in terms of leadership. Saying why not? These are people who have been consistently inconsistent. Consistently inconsistent. You know, when you're a consistent betrayer, what do you expect? Now, birds of the same feather flock together. There's no way Aminu will not go along with Atiku, knowing fully well the antecedents. Now we'll come to that. What does he know about leadership? Take for example, Atiku was in PDP 1999. Is that not correct? Is that not correct? He became the vice president. Is that not correct? He went to challenge his boss. People pleaded with him. He pretended. Later, the now president as well gave him ticket in what? AC or AC, is not correct? He left. He came back to PDP to run. He didn't make it. He left to join APC. He ran against Buhari. He lost. He came back to the same PDP, right? In he got the ticket in 2019. He got the ticket in 2022. We failed him.
You were responsible for
yes, very much. Very much.
You put fire in your own
party. No, not my party. You have to fail people who are not consistent in life.
So we are responsible in...
No, not about responsible. I played a role. Don't make it look too... I was the head person.
To ensure that Atiku does not win.
Yes.
And you're happy with that?
Very much happy. Even I will do it now, but I'm coming. He left again now. APC, PDP to ADC. Okay. Who is Tambuwal? 1999. He was special assistant to Senator Abdullah Wali of Sokoto, 1999. Yes, correct. He left. He joined his APP or PDP or whatever they become. Is correct, right? He came back to PDP. He became a speaker. Were those who funded that position? Yes.
I thought
No, I'm coming to that. He won. He left PDP and went to APC. Right? In 2014, he left APC by 2017 to join PDP. So he will run for presidential. Now again, he's going back to ADC. Now, look at his trajectory. Look at Atiku. Now, mention WIKE from 1999 till now.
PDP in 2023 supported.
No. With due respect to you. No. Now, in 2019, who was Tambuwal? I. Was the Tambuwal people were hearing? Because of Tambuwal, I have to take the National Convention to Port Harcourt.
Because of Tambuwal.
Yes.
You did that because
of yes. I did that. No.
But you also failed in that.
No.
You wanted Tambuwal.
What is important is you being consistent with people.
So you have supported him all along.
I'm coming. I will tell you. How did he become governor? It was Wamako, who was the governor then. When he was leaving second time, he brought him to be governor. Remember? Now. In Tambuwal second term of 2019, as a sitting governor, it was the tough. It was runoff. He won with 342 or 346 votes. A sitting governor, second time governor. It was tough. I appointed the legal team to defend that matter.
As your friend then.
I've always stood that friendship. I've always done that. Nobody can challenge me and look, I agree this with you, but I'm coming. I sent my lawyer issue can I say, another senior advocate. No. Why? I saw the legal team of APC, led by Dr. Alex Zio. I said, no, we have a problem. The margin was too narrow. So you need to have a crack team. I did it, but that's not the point.
And you funded the legal team?
Of course.
Did you fund his return to office?
I won't go there. Secondly, when we are doing presidential election 2022, everybody knew. I was everywhere. I was the man to beat in that election. It turned out they were meeting in General Guzo's house. And they would say, yes. They couldn't stand it. I've taken off everywhere. They told Saraki to withdraw. Saraki said he won't withdraw. They told Bala Mohammed to say he won't withdraw. Tambuwal refused. In that convention, every candidate, every aspirant was allowed to come and speak. The mistake I made was that I allowed my supporters in Kanu and Katsina and some of them to wear our uniform. When I addressed the congregation, it was, look, there was a problem. I want Kanu 90%. I want Katsina about 80-something%. That was where there's the mark. Brought his knowledge of military coup and the former Senate president. He was the chairman of the convention. Every candidate, every aspirant has spoken. Now, for us now to vote. Then we had an announcement that there's an announcement. What was the announcement? We thought maybe the electoral committee will say, look, this is what you will do, this is what you will not do. When did I see? I've been in that one. What did he say? My brothers, this and that. I want to withdraw from the race. I have no problem. But if we went further, vote for my senior brother, Atiku, who today preach without calling us other aspirants to come and address. That was what they rigged it with David Matt. No, I'm coming. Tambuwal negotiated to be the DG of the campaign and to be the Senate president. Election Sharia, because they believe the government then was supporting them. So Tambuwal was to be the Senate president. So they now made him DG. That's okay.
There was an agreement.
Yes, that was how he stopped that.
That if he supported Atiku,
yes,
he was going to be made Senate president.
Yes.
And you are privy to that.
Why would I buy a kid? I'm not a kid in this game. I've been here. They made me a DG. And then That would lead you to be the Senate president when he wins, thinking that they will win. You know, they always assume. They will tell you, oh, the North has said this has said this. Tell you all kinds of stories. Now, let me tell you what happened. Did I say, I saw that bloody man I chased out of the party. Are you? Yes, I chased him out of the party.
You did?
Of course. Very corrupt. Very corrupt.
But when you were
hold on now,
when you were making when you wanted the same way you wanted Uche Secondos to become chairman, you wanted you to become chairman.
No, that's not what happened. Let me tell you why. So that people should hear what happened. So you get the bargain. But first of all, I have no regrets. No one was collecting money left and center.
From who?
He collected from Atiku to that. He went to Lagos. I said somebody now. Why I say so? I have to kick him after the chairman, but I did. I have no regrets. So he went to Tambuwal's house and said, "You are the hero of the convention." We laughed. That's okay. Hero of convention. We became heroes of the democracy. We say we will fail you, and we fail them, and I'm not regret about it. Yes, even for him to cleanse the Senate, he had to do the run as a sitting governor. He had to do the run. Let me come and tell you something. Let any Nigerian, let anybody come out in this country today. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not. Say, look, Sheung, me and Wike, we're agreeing on something like this. He refused to do this. Look, when I heard Tambuwal say, it's very, very disrespectful. To the point when he said that Aswaju is confined to Lagos. It's not a fair player. Very insulting.
What is insulting here? That is open.
No, I'm coming. This was a former senator. You remember Aswaju was a former senator? Mm-hmm. You remember Aswaju has been involved, even Buhari and the rest of them being in power. He played a role. Aswaju has been involved in helping people they made as governors in other states. It's very, very unbecoming for somebody like Tambuwal who come on national television to say Aswaju is confined to Lagos. Very insulting. Very insulting. And again, I heard him say that Aswaju can't take but you knew that he had won. It's very insulting.
You don't think Aswaju can be defeated in 2027? Those are the things.
I'm coming now. I'm coming, Shehu. Let's take it one by one. He said Nigerians will vote Aswaju. I have no problem. Which of the Nigerians? The Nigerians that stay in Sokoto, that he had no control. Nigerians in Sokoto, he could not produce his successor. They didn't listen to him. Nigerians in Sokoto that is not allowing him to win first election until he does a run as a sitting governor. So which of the Nigerians will you talk to? Those in Sokoto that he had no control over. He will tell them, don't vote for Aswaju. Come on. Come on. Look. I said I was going to support Aswaju. It's not correct. I did. Did he win or not? Did I not produce the governor? Did I not produce the National Assembly? Did I not produce the House Assembly? Come on, what are we talking about? No. I'm coming, Shehu. I'm coming. The only thing which is very embarrassing, when I hear Tambuwal talking, you can see, have you picked snail before? I don't know where you come from.
Well, I
don't know where you come from. Okay. Well, some of those who are from the Niger Delta, from the family, they tell you go and do that, you go and pick snail. When you see the shell of a snail, you think there is snail there. You understand? When you get there, you look at this. The snail is not like there's ordinary shell. That's Tambuwal.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
But
I said, you think that you are dealing with a human being. Ask anybody.
Is that fair to say to your friend?
No. It's not about being fair. Is it what I said? Is it correct or not? It's not about being fair. Look, I've told you here. We made him to be the chairman of PDP governor forum. Somebody cannot talk about leadership. What's the leadership? Take, for example, what the leadership of Atiku will say. You remember, under Obasanjo's book, My Watch, he said, and I quote him, not me say, that when he was running for president of this country, and for him to appoint the vice president second day, he made a mistake, which was an honest mistake. And he thanked God that God forgave him. Because he made an honest mistake. That's their principle. He went for that. That Atiku is not a man that can be trusted. He cannot stand for truth. He's picture for corruption. Atiku, what's the name? Buhari. Your boss gave you a testimony. You know what they call testimony? Mm-hmm. Testimony. Obasanjo gave the testimony of his subordinate. So when they talk about leadership, what leadership? I have shown leadership. I have said, look, You cannot do this. If you do this, you pay for it. I have come out to say, I am not going to support it because it's wrong. Let anybody come out today in Nigeria. Forget about what anybody may say, with all due respect to anybody. Is it from Amaechi? Let me tell you, see, people, how you know people. When Amaechi was not around, he was in Ghana. You know how to be a betrayer. I would have betrayed Amaechi if I wanted to collect any money. I didn't do it. That's the character. Character. Yes, he's working with his brother and answering me. They told me I was not offered. I said, no, I won't do that. Amaechi cannot testify. If I said in the altar of the church that I'm after God is me. He said so, but that's not the point. Look, under Jonathan, 2015, Amaechi did not support us. I was a gubernatorial candidate. I brought the highest vote. I brought 1.5 million. Rivers brought 1.5 million votes. It was under my leadership. And when Jonathan left office, I never. I was the one receiving Jonathan at the airport everywhere. And I made sure I honored him and his wife to the highest honor in Rivers State. In fact, that was one of the things that gave me problem with Dixon. Let anybody come and put it before me here. And say, look, no mind, see, you can hate me. Shehu, you have the right. Well, can anybody say, look, I agree, I am Wike met. We discussed this thing. Wike turned and did a different thing. Let anybody forget about you hating me.
No, but with what is going on now,
Yes.
Atiku Abubakar has led quite a lot of members of the PDP into the ADC. And their major agenda is to send the APC packing. Now, with what we are saying now, they say it is the ADC, it is the Bola Tinubu APC, and against the Nigerian people in 2027.
So, I'm not a Nigerian now. They only know the Nigerians. You know, people sit down and allocate powers to themselves.
You don't think that the APC is capable?
In 2022, 2023, Atiku thought he had won the election. Because things were going on, the government then, I hear, the kind of thing the government was doing that time, it was soon that, the government wanted him. He couldn't make it. Everyone was against Bola Tinubu. Everyone was against him. He survived it. Come. Okay, let me tell you something. You look at me in the last state today. I hope you remember. When I was governor, I was one state I took a come for campaign. I hope you remember that. Yeah, I hope you remember. He didn't get 5%. He will also not get anything. Now, look, see here, when you sit down, you analyze certain things. I ask myself, okay, who are these people in Rivers, for example, now? Who is going to make Atiku win? The governor's not with them. When they are thinking of bringing the resources, they felt there.
Are you worried that Governor Fubara might go to the APC?
What's my business?
You don't care?
What for what? See, I think by now should have known who I am. Should have known my capacity. I don't know why you are. You said, I'm here, I control. You are the one who says so. Let me tell you something. What have you got what we call Rainbow Coalition? Not party.
In River.
Rainbow Coalition.
In the ADC?
I said Rainbow Coalition.
Your friend Rotimi Amaechi is there.
No, it's not the Rainbow Coalition. Doesn't mean we'll not go anywhere. Look, Rotimi has never won an election except he has a government. Even when he has a government, okay, take for example now. In 2015, I was a minister, I resigned. He was a governor. He said that he will produce his person. He produced. I had 1 million votes. His boy got about 90,000 votes. In 2019, come on. When I look at some governors now, I laugh. They say government fighting them. I've never seen this Tinubu's government come up against any governor.
In a free and fair election.
I'm coming. I don't know what they call free and fair. 2019, all APC governors, I tell them, let them say it. That's nothing they didn't do to me. They gave me 10 commissioner of police in 6 months. 10. I had 10. So I woke up one morning. They took my ADC, my CSO, everybody. People are just crying. I just laugh at human beings. So there was nothing the government then did not do to me. Amaechi was coming. Do you know what happened in 2019? There was one GOC, they call him General Saham. General Saham. I hear he works with NSA now, in NSA's office. General Saham. The man was brought as a sitting governor. He didn't see me eye. He came to the university and said, you will never see me. He turned the GOC division, the 6th division, to ANEC office. Let me tell you, Amaechi promised him to make him the next chief of army staff. Let me tell you, Look, look. When I see people are talking about as soon as this government is doing this, I say, come, do you know what you're talking about? Which government? I saw a government, federal level, moving to a state like what is happening now in Gaza. I say, I saw the General Saham ordered that I should be shot. General Saham. That's why when I heard that is in the national office, I refused to go there again.
And yet this is the same APC you are supporting.
It's not an APC. Please, I'm supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So my people, I hope you guys heard everything Wike said in this particular interview. Wonder they say shall never end. Let's see some of the reactions, like what Nigerians are saying concerning that particular statement Wike made, that if they didn't want the state of emergency in Rivers State to be lifted, they could have done one or two things to make sure that it continues on national television. So this person said, this sort of reckless statement on national television is the reason why Nigeria is the way it is. How on earth is such statement acceptable in a democratic society? The political life of an entire state as big as Rivers State is at the will of one man. How would this end? How would this end? Wike is not saying there is peace in Rivers State just because Wike has gotten what he wanted, right? So this person said, imagine this. Some people are still under the illusion that Nigeria is in a democracy. These people are capable of keeping Tinubu as Nigeria president as far as he lives. They have the NAS, security agencies, courts, churches, mosques, and the thugs. So painful. And another person said, at no point did the journalist ask him what are those things they would have done to make sure that the state of emergency continued. This show will keep asking him romantic questions. My people. And another person said, what he means is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. Wike and his group were responsible for the purported blowpipe with which his friends and masters declared the state of emergency. The same one or two things you did to initiate the state of emergency in the first place. Exactly. See wetin person dey talk, brag for national television. So na dem be do wetin make them declare the state of emergency. Exactly. Now it has confirmed that Wike was involved of what makes Tinubu to declare the state of emergency. And another person said, Wike basically saying, we fit scatter everywhere if we want, but we just dey do soft for una sake. Oga turn the peacemaker by choice, not by force. And this person said, now you can see that Sowore was right about calling them criminals. If not, what does he mean by they could have done one or two things to make the emergency rule continue? Even our media too is shit because they could have asked him what he meant, but what do I know? Honestly, everything has spoiled. Now they can brag on national television and definitely nothing will happen to them. What a country. My people, I say make I bring this update to you guys. Please do wait to subscribe for more updates. Like the video, share it as well. Yes, I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to News TV. Come on,